Hello everybody and welcome back to another championship predictions video. We're now up to game week 9. Back in game week 8 though, top scorer with a fabulous score of 15.5 points with both Newton Abbey 11 and Vince Tugwell. Both of those guys got one perfect score each. How that affects the overall table? Well, the two guys who were at the top of the leaderboard for game week 7 are top of the leaderboard overall. Newton Abbey 11. 97 points, and Vince Tugwell moving up 5 places on to now 86 points. But it's all about game week 9. It all kicks off, well, on the Superbru website it says Bristol City against Cardiff City, but this match actually takes place on Sunday afternoon and I will be in attendance at Ashton Gate. Bristol City currently 30th position in the league table, and Cardiff getting their first win on Tuesday evening against Millwall, where they won 1-0. Bristol City played also on Wednesday, I think it was, or Tuesday, played Sheffield Wednesday where they drew 0-0. In this one I fancy another draw, and I fancy Cardiff to score again, and that would only be their 4th goal of the season, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. We then move to Turf Moor, this one back on Saturday, Burnley against Preston North End. Preston now just teetering above the relegation zone, and Burnley grinding out the results, just about winning their fixtures, and I think they'll do exactly the same here, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 scoreline. We then move to the Ricoh Arena, Coventry City getting a very good win against high-flying Blackburn Rovers in midweek, and Sheffield Wednesday carving out that draw against Bristol City. In this one I think Coventry will have a little bit of confidence, and I can see them winning this one 2-1. We then move on to Pride Park, where Derby County have been very good at home this season, but it's 3 defeats on the bounce for the Rams, and QPR only 1 win in their last 7, and a loss at home against Hull City last time out 3-1. This one's going to be tight, could end up in a draw, and I think it will. I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. We then move on to Carrow Road, where Norwich City, they were up in that match against Leeds in midweek before drawing them 1-1. And Hull City, 3 wins on the bounce. An excellent 3-1 win against QPR. But this time, I'm not that impressed with how Hull have been playing. You can see them win this one, but I think Norwich will just come away with a 2-1 win. We then move down to the South Coast, where Plymouth Argyle take on Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn will be hoping to bounce back in this fixture after that loss against Coventry City. Plymouth also losing just narrowly against Burnley. This one can end up in a draw. Plymouth quite good at home, but I fancy Blackburn to come away with all 3 points in a 1-0 victory. We then move down to Fratton Park, where 2 of the promoted sides, Portsmouth getting absolutely thumped 6-1 against Stoke of all teams, and Oxford carving out another draw against Luton 2-2. Oxford recruited quite well in the close season, another tight one, but I fancy Oxford to take all 3 points in a 2-1 away win. We then move up to Bramall Lane, where Sheffield United to take on Luton Town. Sheffield United looking very good. A narrow 1-0 win against the Jacks of Swansea on Wednesday evening. Luton getting that draw against Oxford United. You know what, on this one, I fancy the Blades to take all 3 points, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory to the Yorkshiremen. Then we move up to the Stadium Light North East, where Sunderland take on Leeds United. Sunderland carving out that 2-0 victory against Derby County, and Leeds getting that 1-1 draw in the end against Norwich. But I think Leeds will take all 3 points here in a 2-0 away win, and you'll think I'm crazy by saying that. Then we move to South Wales, where Swansea take on Stoke. What do you think of this Stoke side, winning 6-1 in midweek after they've been absolutely terrible? And with Swansea suffering defeat at home, they're quite strong, but will this end up in a draw? I think it will. Swansea quite tough to beat at home, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Then we move on to Vicarage Road. Watford now just 1 win in their last for matches. Defeated, surprisingly, by Preston North End 3-0 in midweek. And Middlesbrough, an absolutely stupendous win against West Brom. And I can see them following that up with a 2-1 away win at Vicarage Road. And the final fixture of this weekend sees West Brom take on Millwall. Millwall, after playing well recently, absolutely terrible against Cardiff City, and they'll hope to strike back here against West Brom. But I think the Baggies will get back to winning ways, and I can see them winning this one 2-0. So those are my predictions for game week 9. Remember, it's international break time again, so another little break before the next round of fixtures in the Championship. Make sure you leave your predictions through at the Superbru website, or as a comment in the comment section as I read each and every one. Thanks for joining me once again. Enjoy the football over the weekend, and I'll see you all next time.